The chains rattled against the wooden fence as Emma's hands trembled. The cold iron bit into her skin, cutting into her wrists. She could hear the laughter of the bullies echoing through the quiet farmland, their taunts sharp as knives in the open evening air. The setting sun bathed the fields in gold, but for Emma, there was no warmth, only fear. They thought she was defenseless, that a farmer's wife was easy prey, but they had no idea who her husband was, what he was capable of. Miles away, Jack was fixing the tractor's engine when he got the call from a neighbor. The words sent ice through his veins. Emma's in trouble. Some boys outsiders, they chained her to the fence. Jack's heart roared with a rage he hadn't felt since his military days. He dropped the wrench, his boots pounding against the dirt road, his eyes dark with fury. Jack wasn't just a farmer. He was an ex-Marine, a man who had seen war, who had fought to protect his country. And tonight, he would fight to protect his wife. Emma struggled against the chains, but the more she pulled, the tighter they seemed to grip. The bullies, 5 of them, teenagers who thought cruelty was strength, circled her like wolves. "Where's your tough husband now?" One of them sneered. "Guess he'd rather fix tractors than protect his woman." Tears stung Emma's eyes, but she refused to give them the satisfaction of seeing her break. She lifted her chin, her voice steady. "You don't know him, but you will. And when you do, you'll regret this." They laughed, shoving her against the fence, unaware of the storm racing toward them. Jack arrived in silence. He didn't roar in with threats. He moved like a shadow across his own land, his steps precise, his body coiled with discipline and control. His eyes locked on Emma, chained, bruised, but unbroken. The sight lit a fire inside him, one that no battlefield had ever sparked before. "Emma," he said, his voice low, steady, almost calm. Her eyes widened, relief flooding her face. "Jack." The bullies turned. One of them smirked. "Oh, so the farmer shows up. What are you going to do, old man? Call the sheriff." Jack didn't answer with words. He moved. The first boy lunged at him, swinging a chain. Jack ducked, drove his fist into the boy's stomach, and sent him sprawling into the dirt. The second swung a pipe, but Jack twisted, grabbed his wrist, and snapped it back in one fluid motion. The scream echoed across the field. The others hesitated now. But Jack didn't. His training surged to the surface, the precision of years in the Marines. The discipline of a man who knew when to strike and when to control. One by one, he dismantled them, not with wild rage, but with cold, focused fury. A knee to the ribs, a punch to the jaw, a swift kick that dropped another to the ground within minutes. The bullies who had once towered over Emma lay groaning in the dirt, their arrogance shattered. Jack rushed to Emma, his hands gentle as he broke the chains. She collapsed into his arms, her tears soaking into his shirt. For a moment, the world was quiet. Just the two of them, clinging to each other beneath the fading light. "You're safe now," he whispered, his voice shaking for the first time. "I've got you." She held him tighter. "I knew you'd come. I never doubted it." Jack looked over his shoulder at the bullies, who writhed in pain, their cruelty stripped away. His voice was steel as he spoke. "This is your one warning. You ever come near her again, near this farm again, you'll face more than broken bones. You'll face me." The boys, pale and trembling, scrambled to their feet. Limping away into the distance, their pride left behind in the dirt, days later. Emma stood on the porch of their farmhouse, watching Jack repair the fence the bullies had broken. The land stretched wide and free before them, but for her, the most beautiful sight was her husband steady, strong, unyielding. She walked to him, sliding her hand into his calloused one. "You're more than just a farmer, Jack." He smiled softly, shaking his head. "No, I'm just a man who loves his wife, and that's enough to make me dangerous." Emma's eyes filled with warmth. Then I'm the safest woman in the world. But the truth ran deeper. Their struggle wasn't just against a few cruel boys, was against the world's cruelty itself. They faced hardship every day, from bills to droughts, from loneliness to fear. Yet what made them strong wasn't Jack's fists or his past as a Marine, it was their love. Their bond, their refusal to let darkness define them.